Sims releases 7 new packs just in time for spring. Evergreen does a top secret rat plus a new rod to throw it. And a huge week from Megabass, including new colors in crankbaits, plus a special 2024 Lucky Bento. This is what's new this week at the Hookup Tackle. Welcome to the Hookup Tackle. Oh, what a stud.
Yeah. Look at that.
That was sick. Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. All right, guys, some breaking news. What's new this week at the Hookup Tackle?
What a beautiful post-storm fish.
Look at that.
Look at that gut on that. That's a nice fish.
Welcome back, my friends. I am Ben with the Hookup Tackle, Tackle Otaku on Instagram, being joined this beautiful, warm, sunny Sunday morning by my buddy Jeffrey the King.
All right.
How do you like that, Jeff?
Line through your teeth.
Oh.
It is cold.
It's not that cold.
It's windy.
You know what? It's going to be in the 70s this week,
I see
so
that.
I'm over it.
Oh, you're over it.
Planning. Yeah. Can you hear it in my voice?
I can definitely hear it.
Came back from Japan. They said on the plane that there's been an outbreak of the bird flu.
The bird
And I think
flu.
that's what I got.
Bird flu.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Orion.
That's not gonna save
this
you.
This
It's not
basically saves everything, Jeff.
It's not medicine.
It's, I mean, why not?
It doesn't say any medicinal things
Hydrate.
on it.
Great for hydration, that's what it says right there.
Okay.
Cheers, Jeff. Would you like one?
Absolutely not.
I love rejection in the morning. Thank you, Jeff.
Absolutely not.
Cheers, my friends. Happy Sunday. Hope you guys are having an amazing week, Jeff. You went fishing this week. How many days did you go fishing?
I went fishing 2 days.
And how many fish did you catch this week?
I caught 1 bass.
Congratulations.
Isn't it? It's just getting better.
Cheers. That's pretty good. 50% of the time you caught a fish.
That's not terrible. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I lied to you.
Okay.
I went 3 times.
And you caught 1 bass?
And I caught 1.
All right. Yeah, you suck. I was almost proud of you.
Almost.
Yeah. Well, pay attention. Okay?
Absolutely.
I'm going to talk about some baits
I need
that
help.
most of us are going to catch fish on this year. Okay?
I need a lot.
You're going to
of help.
probably go to sleep, so
Oh.
I'm just talking to you guys now. All right, let's dive in. A big week from Megabass. We'll start right here with a limited color release that they dropped in the Etovision 110 and 110 plus 1. Now, if you follow us on Instagram, they also post or drop this in a junior and a junior plus 1 along with Baby Kingyo. But we were going to save this for today. Megabass dropped it early, so we just followed suit. So, as a reminder, make sure you follow us on Instagram too, because we tag team drops sometimes here on YouTube, sometimes on Instagram. We're going to do a YouTube only drop here in a second for you guys in case you missed this. But here we go. A limited color. This is Baby Trout. Now this is available in the Etovision 110 and Etovision 110 plus 1. This is a super dope color that they teased earlier last year. It was an amazing one, so we had them do a special run. I don't expect to see these again anytime soon. Okay, there's no ETA on if these are going to get done again or not. So basically, you have a half transparent kind of, you know, baby trout pattern. It's silver on the bottom, transparent on top, real faint kind of trout markings. Got that olive green back. On the bottom, you have that pearl with that kind of reddish hit. It's just a super sexy color. So it could be a shad, it could be baby trout, of course. It could be a little baby bluegill. Lots of things this can imitate. Super dope to finally get some colors in a plus 1 that seems to be ignored. So, you know, nothing against the regular 110. It's the best one. But cool to see them in the plus 1 as well. So there are still some available if you guys missed out or just need to restock. Wall supplies last. Baby trout is available from Megabass. Now, what we're talking about 110s, a huge restock across the board on all 110s. So juniors, junior plus ones, regular 110s plus ones. So all the heritage colors are back, which are the new color runs. A lot of the harder to find colors like SBOB shad, matte shad, that kind of stuff that have been out are back. So if you guys are in the starts of jerkbait season or in the middle of it, this would be a great week to stock up. Those are back from Megabass. All right, let's talk about something cool, Jeff. So every year, Megabass usually releases what they call a Megabass Lucky Box, right? And we've brought them in every year from Japan. This year, we decided not to bring them in because it was going to be $150, $170 box. And basically, the whole box was limited baits for Japan, which they just pulled USA core colors. Okay, so you guys know a lot of Megabass baits in Japan are for Japan only. A lot of Megabass baits for the US are US only. So they included things like a 6-inch mag draft in albino pearl shad, which they don't have in Japan. So it was a big deal, but for us, it's like, yeah, it's right there on the shelf, right? So we decided to make our own box, okay? So this is the 2024, we're gonna call it the 2024 Megabass Lucky Bento, okay? So this is a $100 box. It has $100 worth of Megabass baits. So straightforward, okay? You're not overpaying for any of this. This is what you're going to get in each box, okay? Each box is going to come with a sleeper crow.
That's
Okay.
it.
Exciting, right? Yeah,
Oh.
$100. Yeah, the price just went up on Monday. Yeah, where have you been, Jeff? Oh, you were fishing.
Right.
Okay, you are going to get an Eye by Eye Shad TX. Okay, this is one of my favorite wintertime crankbait, jerkbait, really finessey baits. You are going to get a pack of Magdraft Freestyle in one of the new colors. Okay, so it could be Borealis Shad, could be any of the new colors, right? Now, 2 more items. The next item you're gonna get is a 110. Okay, now the 110 could be one of 4 colors. This is where the lucky starts coming in, okay? Some of the boxes are gonna have frozen tequila, okay? Some are gonna have Akatora. Some are gonna have Spawn Cherry, and some are gonna have Nanko Reaction. So depending on which box you get, you're gonna get one of these colors. So if you really wanted Nanko Reaction, for instance, maybe you get it, maybe you don't. It's luck, right? It's kind of fun, right? Now, the final bait is the 2024 Omakuji Good Luck Pop Max. Okay, now this is made in very limited quantities. This is how it comes. Each one is going to have a different fortune basically built into the back, and I'll take this out of the package. Okay, so you can see, let's start with the package. Okay, let's just give you the full tour here. So you can see the color name on there, Good Luck, right? So it's a fortune, and everyone has different fortunes, and some of the fortunes are rarer than other fortunes, okay? So some are for prosperity, good health, maybe finding some hot workout Asian chicks, right, Jeff? Could be your time.
That's me.
If you pick wisely. All right, so you'll see that each Pot Max is this really sexy, almost kind of wood grain look to it. And then built into the Pot Max is your fortune. Okay, so depending on which one you get will depend on which fortune you get. Again, it's kind of a luck of the draw, thus the name, you know, Lucky Bento. So there you go. This is limited to just over 100 pieces. So when they're gone, they're gone. These will not be coming back. I think it's pretty fun. By the way, the Pot Maxes do have 2 different eyes, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
the first time I've actually had one out, and first time I've seen that other kind of cool eye. So it's pretty dope. So there you go. If it speaks to you, you like to play, you like to have a little bit of good fortune, might be a really fun one. I hope you guys get a good one. Maybe you even get lucky and grab a frozen tequila. Who knows, right? So there you go. From Megabass, available now. All right, while we are on limited 110s and baits from Megabass, last week we dropped the IL Red Head Respect. Now, I wasn't here to really dive through. Thank you, Chris in Indie Fishing, for releasing this, but I started to dive through it a little bit deeper on Instagram this week. I know a lot of you guys don't have it, so I'm just gonna take a minute to dive through this color and make sure you guys understand it. We do still have a handful left in the 110, the Junior, even the Pot Max. So I know the Pot Max is one that's always kind of a struggle, so we got them to finally up the quantities, okay? So it should be easier for you guys to get now. So here we go. This is a color that is designed to match exactly to albino pearl shad. So albino pearl shad is without question the #1 selling color in Magdraft, and it's basically a semi-transparent white pearl with like a red pearl swirl, right? And that's the same coloration that's in this IL Red Head. Now when you hold these up to the light goes through each of them, so when they're backlit they will transform into like a semi-transparent, almost turquoise type color. The Redhead on this one is that illusion paint, that IL paint, so it's more of like a reddish metallic that really complements that red pearl. So where most of the time a Redhead white bait's kind of thought of as like a saltwater color, this one has a ton of game for you guys in freshwater too. So I don't want you to be afraid of it. I just wanted to give it its full potential and, you know, show you guys what is possible with this color. So check it out. If it's of interest, there are still some available. Once they're gone, they're gone. But those are available, the IL Redhead from Megabass. All right, Jeff, staying on new Megabass for a minute. So, do you remember maybe about 6-8 weeks ago, we launched the Megabass Heritage collection of baits. It was 110s across the board, some Edo shiners and new colors that will eventually become core that are more limited edition offerings right now. Same is happening in some new baits this week from Megabass, and there's some killer colors in here. Okay, so the Heritage collection of baits is expanding into some crankbaits and some topwaters. Okay, so I just had that frozen tequila 110. How about frozen tequila now in a deep 6? How freaking sexy is that? I just gotta take it out. So frozen tequila, if you guys aren't throwing this color, you should be throwing this color. How many times, Jeff, have you and I gone to like Michigan or somewhere and it's been a cloudy day and they won't eat anything and I put frozen tequila on and they just...
It's wide open.
It's so stupid. So I don't know why, but this color jacks them. So to have it in a deep 6, money. Also, why has it taken so long for matte shad to be a color in a crankbait? Okay, so matte shad is now also available. Wow, how dirty does that look? GLXS Spawn Cherry in a deep 6, super sexy. Now, I'm always a sucker for bait fish patterns, but I know a lot of you guys live in the part of the world that like Old Z is kind of the color you need, right? So a matte chartreuse with, you know, kind of baby blue back, a great wintertime color. So 4 new colors in the deep 6 land this week as part of the Heritage. Now, those same colors are also launching in the Deep X 300. Okay, so you have frozen tequila, you have matte shad, you have Old Z, and you have GLXS Spawn Cherry. Now, when are you throwing each one? They're both similar weight. They're both 3/4 ounce crankbaits. Deep X 300 is a great one for me for just kind of like burning bank. You want to run down some rock rubble. You want to fish in that, I would say 10 to 15 foot range. Deep X 300 is a great one. It casts like a rocket. It grinds really well. The Deep 6 for me is more of a true like 6-meter dive. So this is going to be something in that 15 to 20 foot range. It's going to have a very vertical dive, and it's a great one for like ticking the tops of things. So ticking the tops of trees. It's got a very kind of narrow lip, so it cranks effortlessly. There's no real resistance to it. So you can tick the tops of grass, tick the tops of wood, trees, rocks. Just a killer bait. You can also burn it. And I know a lot of you guys are into speed cranking. This is a great one for that as well. So there you go. 4 new colors in each of those from Megabass. All right, staying in crankbaits, the S Crank. Okay, one of the most unique crankbaits I would say on the market, gets 3 new colors as well. So in the 1.2 and 1.5, we finally get matte shad. This is going to be...
Wait, you're lying.
What?
That wasn't in matte shad before?
No. That would have made a lot of sense, Jeff. Right? Take probably your best shad color and put it in all your baits. Relax, that's just happening.
I see.
Okay, calm down. That's why this is exciting. Okay, matte shad finally available. Okay.
It's a crankbait.
PM Megabass Hot Shad also available. And then Phantom Green Craw also available. Okay, so 3 new colors in the S Crank. Now, we don't talk about the S Crank very much because it's just one of those that's kind of been boring, right? They're same colors, same baits. They haven't made a lot of, they used to make tons of like Japan only colors in it. They haven't really touched it in a while. Okay, so this was a bait that, you know, when Edwin Evers was on staff, it was kind of like something they were trying to develop and build with him. And then when he kind of left, they kind of just stopped really putting a lot of emphasis on it. But it's a very unique bait that they're going to kind of start resurrecting. So you're going to see a lot about this again. This is a true hunting crankbait that doesn't need to deflect off cover to create action. So what that means is as this thing is coming through the water, it is fighting to get back to center. It's not going to be a true tracking bait. It's going to constantly be kind of having this hunt. And that hunt where it kind of kicks out and fights back to center is what triggers a lot of strikes, especially when you're not deflecting it off stuff. So a lot of square bills, right, you got to deflect it off things. You got to bounce it into a rock, bounce it into a tree. This is one that you can fish more in lanes, higher in the column, over grass, over aquatic vegetation. Lots of dope stuff that you can do with this. Now, as a precursor, if you're new to this, I would not recommend getting this anywhere near wood. If it sniffs wood, these troubles will find it. Okay, trust me on this. If you're around grass, aquatic vegetation, rock, or higher in the column, you're good. Okay, but if you're trying to fish like laydowns, this is not the bait. Okay, stay with a sonic side and evoke something else that's going to come through that. And the reason for that is because as it's hunting, it turns slightly and these hooks wander. Okay, that hunting is what triggers the bite. That hunting will also snag you in wood. So keep it to more open water, wider lanes, grass, toolies. From shore, it's a killer one because you can get action without having to constantly be grinding it. So that's the S Crank 1.2 and 1.5. I'm just going to spec it out for you guys again so we don't talk about it very often. The 1.2 is 60 millimeters, 3/8 of an ounce. The 1.5 is 66 millimeters, ½ ounce. Okay, and dive depth about 3 to 4.5 feet, somewhere there. Okay, so there you go. 3 new colors in the S Crank as well. All right, and then finally, to wrap up the heritage, we have 3 new colors in the Pop X, 1 new color in the Pop Max. So, GLXS Spawn Cherry comes into the Pop X. Looks dirty.
Yeah, the feather's cool.
Looks super dope with that pink feather. No idea why this didn't become a Pop Max color as well. Well, you'll have to ask Megabass on that. But it looks disgusting in the Pop X. Black Orochi, which I didn't even realize wasn't a Pop X color until these showed up, is one of our best-selling Pop Max colors, is now available in a Pop X. And then Aurora Reaction lands in both the Pop Max and the Pop X. If this color looks familiar to some of you guys, this was a Bento box color several months ago. Megabass loved the look of it. It's also available in the Switch. Okay, and then you're seeing it in some colors like the Shading X. They're just expanding it into some of their lines. It's a really, really nice color. It's got that kind of metallic side, chartreuse back. It's a super dope color. So there you go. New offerings from Megabass available now. One more quick note on Megabass. All of the Vibration X Ultras are back. So they did some new heritage colors in these as well. And basically the whole line evaporated out of here. Everything is back in stock. So the new colors, a lot of the harder to find old colors, everything returns. So I know that a lot of you guys are in the middle of lipless season. So timing's perfect. Those all return for Megabass this week. All right, Jeff, are you ready for something top secret?
Top secret?
So it's not often that I get sent top secret things in a bulletproof spy case.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, don't know if it's bulletproof.
All right.
It looks like they just put an Evergreen sticker on there, but this is pretty cool.
All right, this is some Mission Impossible stuff.
This is. Now let's see if it lights up when I open it. I introduced to you guys, no, it didn't. I introduced to you guys, there we go, the brand new Evergreen Combat Raft. Okay, now we teased this on Friday. This is, consider this a first look of this rat. Now this is a bait that is going to be releasing in March at the Bassmasters Classic. We have it open right now for pre-order, and I'll talk about that in a minute and the importance of doing it. But let's talk about the bait first. Now, I'm really excited to get this in your hands. This is a bait that I've been seeing and touching and hearing about, and I'm not gonna say brainstorming with, you know, maybe on some color selection, but my buddy Justin Kerr and Brett, they have been working with Evergreen to develop, and really this is Justin's brainchild. If you guys live on the West Coast and you hear the name Justin Kerr and he's showing up to your derby, you're probably putting him in the top 3 guys, right? He whips everybody, especially on the Colorado River system. Now, he's fished the FLW tours, traveled all over the country, and a rat's a staple of his arsenal. And he's been working with Evergreen for the last few years to develop a rat that he's needed in his lineup, which is the combat rat. Now, before I get to what's going to be different about this, there are some standard things that you can expect. It's obviously a jointed rat. It's going to have, you know, some sophistication things like swiveled hook keepers. It's got basically kind of just a plug-in tail piece. It's like a barbed thing, almost like what you'd put on a jig, right? So you just kind of shove it on there. So easy on-off with tails. Now, what this rat does different than other rats that are on the market is, first and foremost, he wanted to create a rat that can move at any speed without diving. So if you guys are rat fishermen, Jeff, I've thrown a rat with you a gazillion times. We're big fans of like the PB rat, right? And this is one of the questions that I've been getting all week is, what's the difference between this and like a PB rat? Well, first off, the price is much different. So you're at $54.99 here versus over $100 for a PB. The PB is going to be like a solid, almost resin type build. This is going to be an ABS build. Okay, what the PB is going to do is it's going to create kind of like a plopping, a very unique sound, right? And that's not going away. So the sophistication of that rat is still going to be super solid, but there's some drawbacks to rats like that. If you go too fast, they dive, right? And historically, rats have been either super slow on the surface, or if you want to go fast, they're crank downs. This is designed to go any speed and stay at the surface. So, you know, Justin being a tournament fisherman, he wanted something that could fish quicker on the surface without diving down. So you can still fish this slow, or you can burn it and it will stay at the surface. And they've created that by doing a couple different things. This keeled system in the back here allows this bait to track at high speeds, but it's also connected with a very unique joint system. It's 2 metal plates that are connecting it. So those 2 stainless plates are rubbing on each other too, that are creating a squeak. So you're getting the plop sound, you're getting the squeak, you're getting the burn. But internally, if you listen to this, there's also a single stainless knocker. So that was designed so that, you know, a lot of times you're fishing shallow water with a rat, and then maybe you got to throw off across a point where you traditionally put the rat down and pick up like a kick knocker or super spook. You can throw this out over open water and you can walk it just like you would a spook, and it's going to give you that same one knock kind of sound while you're walking it. The other thing that this rat is going to do amazingly well for you is they spent over a year perfecting the placement of this front hook and this lip to make it much more resistant to snag when you're fishing around toolies. Okay, so if you live out here in Arizona, or you're in Florida, you're anywhere south, you get a lot of these toolies, right? And those fish will bury in the toolies. Well, inevitably, if you're running down toolie banks, you always have toolies that kind of lay flat on the water. And if you bring any kind of wake bait or something near a toolie that's laying flat, it snags in that toolie. And then you got to pull it out of the toolie, and then you've basically ruined your cast. This one is designed to come to the toolie and walk up and over the toolie without snagging. So you're going to get more casts, you're going to keep the bait in the strike zone, you're going to get more bites. It should be the perfect rat for you guys. Now, it's going to be available in 7 different colors. Okay, you're looking at matte brown here. There's a white, a matte white, there's a matte black, there's a pink, there's like a gold olive, that's kind of like an IU, like a gold plate. There's a gray flash that looks pretty sick. And then there's a couple of Japan only colors that we're working on bringing in later in the spring. So this is going to release at the Bassmasters Classic. We have them available for pre-order now. So that's going to be, we expect like mid to late March to be the ship date of this thing. Do you have to pre-order? No, eventually this will become core. So if you guys want to just wait until summer or fall, whenever this is back available, you can. But if you want this to be in your spring arsenal, I would recommend pre-ordering, because Evergreen's already sold out of their first batch. Okay, so whatever we show available is what we have coming in for spring. So that's going to be the importance of doing it. So if it's something that you guys, want to put in your arsenal, I know a lot of you guys are tournament fishermen, but rat's just not practical, so you have to go so slow. This could change a lot for you. It's about just over 2 ounces. It's about 2.4 ounces. So it's a pretty easy thing to throw. I think you guys are going to dig it. That's the new Combat Rat from Evergreen. By the way, they won't come in this top secret case.
Oh, they won't?
No.
Oh, that's weird.
This was supposed to be for my eyes only. So they'll come in normal packaging. So yeah.
Darn.
There you go. All right, while we are on Evergreen, is Griff around here? Griff, you got to come in for this one. All right, we have talked about the new combat stick lineup from Evergreen that replaced the old lineup. This is a rod that a lot of you guys have been waiting on. This is the 7/8. We call it the ND180 rod because that's what it originally was called. Now they're calling it the Tournament Swimbait and Wakebait rod. Okay, this was the one that when I saw the new lineup, this was the one that I was like, dude, this is gonna be sick. Here, this has been one of your favorites for a long time. You talk about this rod, because I know a lot of people have trusted you and have bought the old version. You talk about this one and what you like better or worse, or give us your thoughts.
So obviously, just right off the bat, it's a smaller rod, like the diameter of the rod. It's a lot lighter. It's styled a lot better. Doesn't have the camo anymore, that green color on there. But this rod feels a lot stronger than the other one, right? It's well built. It's still got that parabolic bend on there, but I think I can go a little bit heavier on some of the baits that I'm throwing. But when you look at it, it looks like a small jig rod.
It's almost like a normal bat. So I think it's much more of like a shad glide rod now. I think before it was a true big kind of swim bait rod.
Yeah.
Right? And now it feels more normal.
Yeah, it feels like a small jig rod in your hand. But it's still got that 7/8 length. This rod's beautiful.
Yeah.
I already bought one.
Yeah. So obviously for like that rat.
Yeah.
Perfect, right? But you've been throwing what, K9s on it, and
yeah, you can the K9. You can lob the K9 with it.
Okay.
Like it's strong enough to throw that. A big spoon. So in the summertime when we get on those big spoons, like those 8-10 inch spoons, it'll handle it on a vertical drop very well. All your big topwater stuff. So Megabass X, you're gonna be able to throw that on there. The rats, all that stuff. The Joker, I love to throw a Joker. So this will become my big topwater rod.
sick.
It's sick, dude.
Yeah. It's dope. So 1/2 to 4 ounce lure rating.
Yeah, and I feel like it's a little bit underrated.
Okay.
But it's a strong rod.
Yeah.
It's very, very nice. It's
dope.
gonna be dope.
Yeah. I'm glad you thought as highly of it. Back up here, Jeff. Yeah, stop staring here. Yeah. I'm glad you thought as highly of it as me.
Yeah, it's dope.
Yeah. So there you go. The new tournament swim bait and wake bait rod from Evergreen is finally in stock. Also, I know a lot of you guys were waiting on the jig and worm rods to come in. Those are finally in as well. So there's a 7.3 medium heavy and a 7.3 heavy jig and worm casting. Kind of the same thing as what Griff said with these. They're lighter, crisper, faster. They should be great additions. So now all the rods are in stock. Jackhammer's in, square bills are in, all the reactions are in. So take a look. Those are available from Evergreen. All right, while we are on the topic of larger baits, 2 new colors this week from Baitsanity and their Tug topwater. Okay, so we get this nice, natural, beautiful kind of bone color. And then we get this psychedelic, crazy koi color. Okay, so I don't know who was requesting this crazy koi color. I'm looking around trying to figure out who wanted this. It makes no sense to me, but it's cool. So there you go, one that makes sense, right? Everybody needs a big bone topwater, and then one that's just pretty fucking wild. Yeah, so I just want to take it out because I want to see. I'm curious.
Crystal Gardens?
That is crazy. Interesting. So the Tug, just so you guys know, this is a large, it's basically a topwater underwater glide. That's the acronym of it. It has a shifting kind of weight system in the chin that will shift as you're pulling it. That weight kind of bounces back and creates a sound almost like a fish that's splashing on another fish on the surface. So there you go. I mean, it's a unique pattern. This might be exactly what you guys have been looking for. when they're on that open water shiny koi bite.
Right.
Which happens, I think, right?
Right.
Yeah.
I'm with you.
Right, or there's both, right? So there you go. 2 new colors from Baitsanity and the Tug. Those are available now. All right, quick restock notice to let you guys know about, without question, the hottest technique for live scope of the last probably 6 months has been this guy. This is for your winding or darting type action. This is the duo BR Head and BR Fish. Both are back, okay? And this is going to be the last stocking of these until April, okay? So nothing else is coming for the next couple of months. So if you guys need to stock up, if you got fishing trips planned, even if you're under ice, but you want to be using these in March or even early April, this would be the time to grab these, okay? BR Head is a specially designed, almost kind of darter head, but it's designed with a special glider fin on the side. It's designed to pair up with the BR Fish, and if it's worked properly, this is a bait that just with simple rod snaps is going to glide and cut left and right, just like you're walking the dog underwater. Fish smoke it. We've sold gazillions of them. I know you guys are catching a ton of fish on it. So just want to let you know that while supplies last, all colors of the BR Fish and all sizes of the BR Head are back in stock. All right, Jeff, let's fly through some Sims packs. Okay, 7 new Sims packs released this week. I know this is your favorite topic. You love packs and walking streams.
7 of them?
7. Yeah, this is probably the most expansive line of packs now, period. So if you're a shore fisherman, if you're an adventurer, pay attention, this is gonna be cool. Okay, flyweight vest pack. Okay, this one is one that's going to be, we showed this at ICAST. Some of you are gonna think this is dope. Some of you are gonna think this is too fly fishing, but this is essentially a vest.
Right.
Okay, but a pack.
Ooh.
Thus the name.
I see.
Okay, so it's going to sit on your chest a lot like a vest would sit, where you're going to have, compartments sitting, everywhere that they normally would sit, right? I'm doing a great job describing this, aren't I? Yeah. So you have all your stuff here handy, but what's cool about this is that the back is going to be more like a backpack. Okay, so you're going to have several compartments. There's a compartment in the back that can drop your net in there. It's also a roll top backpack, so if you need to carry more stuff than what you would traditionally carry in a pack, you have the ability to open this and you have this roll backpack. So pretty cool pack. I think a lot of you guys will like it. Just it's very light, well made. That one's new from Sims. There's a new Dry Creek hip pack. Okay, so this is going more in the simplistic route. Very simple, very straightforward. Dry Creek is their full waterproof series of packs. Okay, so it's going to come with these incredible True Zip zippers that, very simply, kind of a master compartment, but it's fully submersible. So if you guys are wading in deeper water or you trip and fall into the pond or whatever, as long as that zipper is zipped, everything inside this pack is going to stay dry and you can wade in and out of water with it. Pretty sick, so that's new as well. Okay, a new Tributary hybrid chest pack. Okay, so this is going to be almost a similar look to what that, fly vest pack, I say fly, but that vest pack was. Same kind of idea where it's 2 pieces, so you have this rear pack in the back. It does have the ability to hold a net back here, and then the front is simply just a chest pack. Okay, so it's got a couple of compartments that you can store, stuff in. More of a minimalistic pack, but it's nice that it's kind of balanced. So, I like to wear just a regular chest pack, and sometimes it just kind of pulls on your neck a little bit. So this gives you the, ability just to kind of balance out the weight a little bit, which is pretty cool. So that's a new one from Sims. The Tributary Sling pack gets a slight update and returns in the line. So this is again going to be a very minimalistic, simple sling that you guys can wear. So that returns. The Freestone backpack gets a refresh and an update. So lots of backpacks in the line now. So a lot of guys preferring still to use a backpack just because you can you can be like me. You can overload your pack and lug way too much stuff in, right? So all of these bags, of course, designed with the ability to drop a net in. You've got different compartments in here. You've got a top zip for your sunglasses. You got a big giant zip for all your stuff, water bottle stuff on the side. Of course, tons of accessory loops and multi webbing to attach things. You've even got a side open compartment here for some simple access, so that if you wanted to pull it around as a sling, you can access stuff inside without having to take the whole pack off, which is kind of nice. So there's that guy. All right, 2 more, Jeff. This is for some real serious expedition. The Dry Creek roll top backpack now comes in a black. So we've had this before in the orange and gray. It's now going to be in a full black color. So this is just a full, again, that Dry Creek is the fully submersible waterproof material. So you could load this guy up. You merely just roll that top up, you clip it, and you can, everything's waterproof in there. Okay, so you can wade in and out, you can throw it down into the creek, you can do whatever you want to do with it. Fully submersible, that's back. And then the brand new G3 Guide backpack. This thing is legit. Yeah, this is a monster. Okay, so you can't decide if you want to climb Mount Everest or you want to fish a stream, right? This is the pack for you. Okay, so you have this waterproof ripstop material, just like you had before, in a true giant roll top bag. I mean, I think I could fit you in here,
I was
Jeff.
gonna say, you could fit me or your Sherpa in there.
Yeah, this would be great.
I could sleep in it.
Carry you up and down the stream. You've got bottle holders on the side. You've got, waterproof compartments on the side, also with all kinds of internal storage. You've got, really robust padded shoulder sleeves, plus hip sleeves, plus a big internal structure with a pad in the back. This is, if you're lugging, a small human or a bunch of gear, this would be the one. I would recommend working out. I'm gonna need to work out.
Yeah.
I think I could probably load about 100 pounds of stuff in here. I think I would fall in over, or my back would break. So here you go. If you want the greatest fishing backpack of all time that could also be a mountaineering expedition pack, the G3 Guide is available now. All right, guys, and then just finally to wrap it up, just some restock to let you guys know all Megabass rods are back. I know there's been a lot of rods that have been out of stock, especially in the Orochi and Levante. So they return. So if you guys have been missing any spinning rods like Shaky Head or Enforcer, those are back in Orochi. Levante, things like Whip Snake are back. All the casting rods, Leviathan is back, and the P5's Mark 56 is back. Deimos is back, Windbuster. So if you guys have been missing any rods in your lineup or just prepping for spring, this is a great time to scoop up Megabass rods. Those are all back this week. All right, guys, that is a wrap. Jeff, it's good to see you.
Absolutely.
What was your favorite item? Other than that expedition backpack.
Other than that, dude, it'd have to be the probably the box, the lucky box.
That was pretty cool.
For
So
the
I wasn't
shot at-
expecting you to pick something normal.
Well-
I thought for sure you were going to say the chrome
Don't be
koi
ridiculous.
topwater
Don't
or
be
something.
ridiculous.
Yeah,
That
that box is pretty dope.
I mean, for the chance of getting the frozen tequila and that Pop Max is
It's pretty dope. It's
It-
pretty
it'd be
dirty.
sick.
Yeah. So some of you guys are going to be, well, you're all going to be lucky. You're all getting a good fortune in a dope box, but some of you guys are going to be extra lucky if you get it exactly in the combo that you want. So if you guys have any questions on anything we covered, drop it down below and I will get answers for you. Hopefully the bird flu will fly away and you won't have to listen to this terribleness next week. I just think I just need to hit about a case of these and I'll be good. So, guys, on behalf of myself and Jeff and Griff and everybody here at the Hookup Tackle, thank you guys for giving us time on your Sundays. Thank you for your business and support. We will see you again next week. Have a wonderful week, my friends. Cheers. Peace.